Today I wanted to talk about a very important topic that I have not seen many other people talk about, and that is plagiarism. We have seen a lot of examples of plagiarism in the gaming community come out recently. We have seen YouTubers be caught with plagiarism. We have even got Bethesda caught with plagiarism, plagiarizing a D&D module from a couple of years ago. And today that is what I wanted to do. I wanted to focus on another story of plagiarism, but this time it is part of the board game community. I originally heard about this off of a Reddit, off of a board gaming Reddit, because I do keep my eye on those very frequently, and I heard that people were trying to talk about it in other places, but Facebook groups and Reddits were removing any posts that people would make about this topic, even if they were very civilized, because no one wants to talk about it. So I thought today I would make a video discussing it, and we will just get right into it. So this story is about someone that has a Instagram, a Twitter, a Facebook, and also a website called Katie's Games Corner. And she's well known around the board gaming community, of course. She's been around it for a very long time, and even these examples that I'm going to give you are not new. Her reviews, we'll call them, of the board games that she's discussing, and also the piece that she plagiarized from, that she blatantly ripped off, these are not new. These are many years old, but still people are starting to talk about it, and she had even taken down all of her social media, that Twitter, that Instagram, Facebook, and also her website, probably trying to comb through it to make sure that there was nothing left plagiarized. So I'm going to show you the example, and we're just going to get right into it. So this is her article. Now, none of the articles are up. These are all archived, so I will link the archives down below in case you want to read through them. But this one just has one main example. So this is her piece, My Favorite Board Games, a quick review, and the yellow highlighted part is where the plagiarism starts. The actual gameplay is very straightforward. You place a worker, wait until it's back to you, place another worker, etc. The complexity comes in the amount of choices available. Do you go for resources and try to get points by building lots of buildings in the castle? Do you try to quickly build residences and aim for prestige buildings? Do you try to get as many royal favors as possible and get the bonuses to help you build cheaper or get extra VPs? There are several possible strategies to try, but most of the time you end up doing a bit of everything, as the fact that each building can only contain one worker means you often have to change your plans. The actual part that she had blatantly plagiarized from, it is a review, and this is where it starts. The actual gameplay is very straightforward. Sound a little familiar? Place a worker, wait until it's back to you, place another worker, etc. The complexity comes in the myriad of choices available. Do you go for resources and try to get points by building lots of buildings in the castle? Do you try to quickly build residences and aim for prestige buildings? You can tell it is a blatant rip from this article. Now, it is to note that she did change a couple of words around, which I suppose is the smart thing to do in plagiarism, so no one can say you blatantly ripped it off, even though you can really tell that she did. Now, this article was actually posted back in 2007, Saturday, July 28th, 2007, and her review was posted 2018. So there is no doubt about it that the original article was the first one and her article was the second one. There's no doubt about it. Now, so about 3 days ago, one of the organizations that she had worked for, that she had written for from time to time, had decided to come forth and put out a statement. Punchboard Media, where we all bring something to the table. Punchboard Media statement on plagiarism regarding Katie's Game Corner. After these allegations surfaced, Katie reached out to Punchboard Media, admitted them to be true, and apologized. I do not think apologizing in plagiarism matters, but we'll get into my thoughts in a minute. The Punchboard Media board decided, after discussing the matter with Katie, that it would be best if they step away from the network. As such, Katie's Game Corner will no longer be a member of Punchboard Media going forward. No matter what decision the Punchboard Media Board had reached, we knew there would be people unhappy with it. Why would people be happy that they would be defending a plagiarist? I understand that people are probably friends with this person, but plagiarism is not okay. It can ruin industries. It ruins what people have put time and work and effort into. It is blatantly ripping someone else off and stealing credit for their work. I do not know why people would be unhappy to let her go after they knew what she did. We hope to make this clear that the sole reason for this decision is due to the plagiarism, the uncrediting copying of others' work, the profiting off of that work through their Patreon, and the harm it caused in others' hobby, and is no way reflecting any wavering of Punchboard Media's mission statement of advocating for openness, fairness, and inclusion in the community. In fact, the fairness clause in the mission statement is what necessitates it. I agree with them letting her go. Now, if she was to change her act and it was to be proven that she had never plagiarized, this would have been a mistake, but it was proven because she admitted to it. This was a difficult post to write, and one we never envisioned would need to be written when we started Punchboard Media. As evidence of that, while our code of conduct is very clear on harassment and hate speech, it does not address plagiarism at all. That will, of course, be amended shortly. And I think that many websites that post reviews like this, there are many out there, should have rules for plagiarism. Why they do not, I'm not exactly sure. If you have a website that has many articles going up on it, I would assume that you would want some sort of protection in your code of conduct about plagiarism, but that is the statement that Punchboard Media had made. Now, apparently, she did make a statement and an apology on her personal Facebook page, but I was not able to find a picture of it, a screenshot of it. She had made it on her Patreon and her Facebook, apparently, but someone did copy and paste it here. I will assume this is the real statement. It says, "Hi, I just wanted to come on and post an apology. I have made some poor judgment and bad choices, and I completely understand that I was in the wrong. I didn't realize the consequences of my actions or think about other people's feelings, and that is something I am deeply sorry for. I have learned a valuable lesson, and I am working to fix things and apologize to anybody I have affected." You did not realize the consequences of your actions? This is plagiarism. You blatantly had to look up articles, skim through the articles, and find pieces that were proper and that you thought would work in your fake review. You did know the consequences of your action. I'm sorry, but yes, it was very poor judgment and very bad decisions. Now, when it comes to plagiarism, I think that the only way to really know that someone is done plagiarizing is, first of all, to put hard scrutiny on their work, not harass them, but really watch what they're doing, watch what they're posting. And I think that if you have years of work, that needs to be skimmed through for plagiarism. Now, I know this would take months, this would take years, but on the side of someone that is the plagiarist, they should put in that time, in that work, in that effort into skimming through every single piece of work that they have done and make sure that none of it is plagiarized, or else they should not be allowed to write articles. There are so many great, fantastic writers out there that want a position. Being able to write for these communities, places like Punchboard Media, places that post reviews and articles, and they do not have a chance because it's people like this that are taking up spots of people that are deserving. Now, none of this was meant to harass her. I don't want harassment to come to her. I just want to give yet another example of plagiarism in the community, because it is very important that these things have a light brought to them. It is very important that this all has more awareness brought to it, because not enough people talk about plagiarism and blatant plagiarism like this situation. But that is all that I wanted to talk about today, you guys. I really just wanted to put a focus on this article. Like I had said, all of the archives will be linked in the description down below. And if you do enjoy these conversations, please subscribe. Make sure to give this video a like if you did enjoy, and make sure to give it a dislike if you did not enjoy. I do hope that you enjoyed, though, and I will talk to you guys again in the next video really soon.